So we got 4 people now. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamshachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We salute Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, Kamsa and destroyer of the demons, Kamsa and Chanura, the darling of the mother Devaki, and the Guru of the world, and the Lord of the universe. We salute him again and again. Om peace, peace, peace. So we are on the book number 3, chapter 8, and we are reading verse number 22. We will be reading today 23. So here the Brahma was created from the navel of Narayana. And this Narayana, when he saw, he's seated in the center of the lotus of which is coming from. And so when he came, she scanned the whole sky. Where am I? Who am I? Where is this universe? And what is this? And seeing, he scanned the sky all around, whereupon he developed 4 faces. That's why Brahma has 4 faces: east, west, north, south. And Brahma then, who found himself in the lotus, which had risen from those waters that were being beaten into the succession of waves by the winds attending to the world of dissolution. So total dissolution was happening. The whole universe is gone into destruction, and only the water, deluged by the water all around. And Brahma saw nothing but water, and could not make out anything. Did not understand anything about himself or the lotus holding the world in worlds in a germinal form. And where the lotus come, and what is his root? Where is he? How? What is the entire universe filled with water? So he could not understand, who am I having my residence in the lotus? That question came in his mind. Wherefrom has sprung this lovely entity, this lotus, amidst of the waters? Where is its base? It on page 177. Where is its base? It must certainly have some basis. So thinking thus, he, the Brahma, tried to go into the depth of the waters through the central hollows of the stalk of the lotus stem. So he entered. Brahma wanted to find where from it comes. Let me try. So he entered into the narrow hole of the stalk of the lotus leaf, and in that he entered, but found no end even after going down very far. And in that darkness of ignorance, Brahma searched for his origin for a vast period of time. He wanted to understand, where did I come from? Where is my origin? So Brahma, the rolling wheel of the Lord, which terrifies all embodied beings by consuming their span of life. No? So Brahma searched for his origin. Vast period of time means long years and years and years. Brahma's year, Brahma's one day is how many? How many millions of years for us? His one day is so many millions of, forgot the calculation, big calculation there. Brahma's like blinking of the eye will be several thousand years for our lifespan. So, defeated in his purpose, when searching where did I come from, Brahma abandoned his quest. He gave up. And searching outside, he's trying to weather in the all around, could not understand anything. Is there alone? And getting down into the depth of the lotus stalk, entering into that for time, long time, couldn't find anything. So he now stopped searching his origin outside. Now he closed his eyes, tried to enter inside. So, defeated in his purpose, Brahma abandoned his quest outside and resumed his seat on the lotus. And then he controlled his vital energy, prana, drew his mind inward, entered into the state of concentrated absorption. That means, withdrawing the mind, he tried to concentrate on who am I? That's such. For 100 years of Brahma, oh my God, hundreds of years of Brahma, he only contemplated who am I, who am I, who am I. Yeah? And then for 100 years of Brahma was in that state of spiritual communion, and in his mind that was now well concentrated on the truth of the Lord as the indwelling spirit. He understood the Lord, God, is the indwelling spirit in him, which he failed to realize by his earlier quest outside. So, first searching outside, he failed, and then he came back in his own self. So, Swamiji also in his poem, he says, in Search of God, that beautiful poem. So he said that I searched for you, O Lord, in hill and dell and mountain caves, in forest and in caves and temples and churches and everywhere. And I search for you, I find nowhere. And then I spend years of my life and spend panting for the truth and this and that and fasting and these austerities. Suddenly I find one day the sound is coming from my inside and saying, Missy, my see, I am here, O Lord, you are here, and I see you, and then I see you everywhere. First I didn't find anywhere, now I find everywhere. So Brahma also first started, Kathopanishad also says that you see first Paranchi Khani Bhaktana, the sense organs, eyes, ears, are all trying to find what is outside, outside, outside. Old science, modern science, and all searching for what? What is this? What is the root of it? What is the cause of it? And to find the ultimate truth. And when they fail, they turn back into the inner chamber of their heart. So Brahma also tried outside to find the origin of where from Brahma came and could not find anything, and being failure, then he turned inward. Now today 23rd verse, page 178 of book number 1. Book number means volume number 1 I am talking. Book number have 3. Now, Brahma's vision of the Lord. Then, with going inside and meditating and contemplating, he had a vision. 23rd verse. He found him, the sole existence, lying on the bed, constituted of the huge body of the serpent, Adi Seso, of sparkling whiteness, whose thousand umbrella like hoods, with the luminous glow of the precious stones on them, dispel the gloom of cosmic darkness ever cast around. So, Brahma, what he found? He found the sole existence, where it comes from, his existence on, that is, the existence is on somebody who is lying in a bed constituted by the huge body of a serpent, Adi Shesha. What is the name of Adi Shesha? No, Adi Shesha, Nag. Sheshnag. That's called Adi Shesha, another name. So Adi Shesha Nag, which is hood on the head of Narayana lying down, and it's covered by the hood protecting, and gems are under. It is believed that this big serpents, they have some gems in their head, hood,
Nagmani Maharaj. In particular Indian language,
Yeah,
Nagmani.
yeah. Anyhow,
So he is Adi and he is also Shesha. He is the beginning and end. Everything is covered.
okay. Yes. So whatever. So Adi says so of sparkling whiteness, and whose thousand umbrella-like hood, the hood protecting with the luminous glow of the stone on them, dispel the gloom of the cosmic darkness. Hmm. It was all dark everywhere, water, nothing else. Hello, oh, where am I? What is this? And he concentrated here, meditated, and found ultimately, oh, someone is lying down, and from his navel came this lotus, and in the lotus, the Brahma is sitting there. He found him far transcending the glow and grandeur of an emerald mountain, his yellow wearing cloth exhaling the orange red evening clouds covering the mountains. Baba, this description, Brahma is seeing now. But he says he found far transcending the glow of grandeur of the Emerald Mountain. Where is Emerald Mountain? What is that? Emerald Mountain. Ratno Prekshang Shipanti Hurito Pallade.
Ratnagiri.
Eh?
Ratnagiri.
Vichitra Dibbo Avrana Asuktanang Kritasyam Base. Baba Sanskrit also not ordinary. Anyhow, so let us go to the translation. He found him far transcending the glow of the grandeur of an emerald mountain, his yellow wearing cloth exhaling the orange red evening clouds covering the mountain, his diadem head, the glowing peaks of it, his floral wreath and ornaments, the waterfalls, vegetations, flowers, precious stones, etc. on it. His arms, the bamboo groves, and his legs, the trees. He saw that form of the Lord, which includes within itself the whole universe, but which could assume any size according to his will, which is the resplendent with numerous divine ornaments and clothes, and which can assume other forms and decorations according to the needs of the devotee. So he saw some divine entity which can take any form he likes. He saw the form of Lord, which includes within itself the whole universe, but which could assume any size according to his will, and is all glowing with luminosity and resplendent with numerous divine ornaments and etc. 26. Those following pure scripture or ordained ways of spiritual disciplines, those following pure scriptural ordained ways, those means those people who are following the dictates of the scripture and meditating and praying and doing sadhana like that, for the fulfillment of their various desires, find a wish yielding cow of plenty in his lotus feet. Ah, thinking of the Lord, that Lord, just thinking of him, you can attain anything you like in the world. Wish fulfilling, uh, feet, that feet, which we heard about wish fulfilling tree. Wish fulfilling tree means you go there and sit and want your mind, anything you wish, it will happen. So the Lord, yes, Narayana's description is that those people who are meditating and praying, following the injunctions of the scriptures, and for the fulfillment of various desires. I go to heaven, I will be powerful like Ravana, I will be this, then that. No, this, all this you can get it if you can touch the feet of Lord or pray to the Lord's feet, whose petals are constituted with his toes, having nails that are resplendent like the moon. This description, beauty of the Lord's feet, Lord's toes, Lord's nose, fingers, etc. He saw him. Him is Brahma. Brahma saw him, whose smile removes the sorrows of the world. Uh, whose my smile no loko arti haras smitena. Smitena. Smito hasi. If he smiles, and take away your all suffering, lives of suffering. So he saw him. He means Brahma saw the Lord, whose smile removes the sorrows of the world, and whose face is beautified by shining ear ornaments and by the reddish sting of lent to it by the reflection of his red ruby-like lips. So lips is so beautiful, ears are so beautiful, the ornament is hanging there, that is so precious. And his comely nose and well-set eyebrows. The description of Narayana. He saw the Lord wearing a yellow cloth, and he's wearing a yellow cloth. Where does he get the yellow cloth at that time? God knows. Because in him is everything. He can create anything he likes. So he's wearing a yellow robe. Narayana, you'll find that when they paint, they put the cloth yellow. The Lord wearing a yellow cloth resembling the filament of kadamba flower. You do not know the kadamba flower. In India, we have one type of flower, kadamba flower. So that kadamba flower, this color, yellow like the kadamba flower. Having beautiful waistband, not only waist, she has waistband, and beautiful, and wearing a priceless necklace matching well with his chest, bearing the Srivatsa mark. Srivatsa mark means that two footprints of the key, of the Brahmin, Bhrigu.
Vishnu's chest.
That's why it's a two footprint in the chest of, he's holding the feet of the devotee, Bhrigu. His chest bearing the Srivatsamar. He saw the deity like a great sandalwood tree, having armed with his diamond-studded armbands for the branches. His unmanifested infinitude for the root, and Adisesha, the serpent, as the vine entwining his branches. Bhapre, this is Bhagavad description. It's not ordinary description. Vasudev is writing. So it's very deep and it's very poetic. Those who have little taste of this poetry, they can enjoy it more. He saw, he means again, Brahma saw the mountain of the Bhagavan, which had all living creatures as its inhabitants. In his mountain, he saw of the Bhagavan, which had all living creatures as its inhabitant, the cosmic waters as the ocean surrounding it, and Adisesu the snake as the serpent harboring on it, the numerous diadems as it speaks, and the manifest of Srivatsa as the query of precious stones in it. So this is a gem stone, very unusually. Srivatsa is the name of the gem. He saw the Lord whose form was covered with the floral wrath, symbolic of his glory, own glory, and having the Vedic chant as the numerous honeybees hovering around. So he is lying down and Vedic chant is going on. It is like numerous honeybees. When the bees hum like that, they are humming the Vedic mantras as it were, continuously. He saw the Lord whose form was covered with a floral wrath, symbolic of his own glory, and having the Vedic chant as the numerous honeybees hovering round him. He who is impenetrable to the sun and moon, the fire and wind, and whose weapons like Sudarsana spread their dazzle throughout the three worlds. Sudarsana Chakra. There is a discus that dazzling light of that covering the whole earth and heaven like that. Rending him difficult of approach. So people cannot approach. Brahma saw that grandeur of the Lord, and he is not very much happy or free to reach him. 32 verse. Simultaneously, he saw also the lotus coming out of the lake of the Lord's navel. Another navel flower, no? Lotus is coming up out of the lake of Lord's navel with him sitting on it. And he saw, yeah, I am sitting in the lotus which is coming out of the navel of Lord Narayana. Nothing more did Brahma, bent on his work of creation. No? And he said that he saw also the lotus coming out of the lake of the world, Lord's navel, with himself sitting on it, as also the causal water. Causal water means the karana. Karana means cause, from which the whole creation has come. The wind and the sky. Nothing more did Brahma bent on his work of creation see. He didn't see anything but all this. Having seen this much, Brahma, who was filled with the spirit of Rajas, was desirous of bringing various species of beings into existence, whose mind was set on the creative act, and who was intensely contemplating on him of mysterious ways, now addressed a hymn of praise to him. Him. That is Brahma, seeing all these things, he started the creation. Brahma creates. That is the point. Brahma, this according to Hindu idea, Brahma creates the Vishnu, the Lord Vishnu, he nurtures, and Shiva destroys the old for the new creation. He is all auspicious. Auspicious because to throw away all the garbage. That's why he is. Now, here ends the Bhagavate Mahapurane Paramhansyayam Sanghitayam Tritiyo Skande Ashtamadhyaya. Tritiyo Skanda, third volume, third book, and it is the eighth chapter ends here. So ninth chapter now start. Atho Navamodhaya, 179 page, Navamodhaya. Now, Brahma commissioned to create. So Brahma, seeing this unique Lord who is lying down, is so much light emanating here and there from his eyebrows, eyes, this, that, with the color of the cloth is this, and all the powerful things. So seeing that, Brahma started praising. Brahma, him. As we say, Brahma's hymn for Chandi, in the Chandi, Brahma was first chapter we chant. Here also Brahma is praising the Lord. Brahma said, Brahma commissioned to it, O Lord, after practicing meditation for long, I have at last come to possess some understanding of you. Searching to know where I come from, and I could not find looking and going down the stalk of the lotus. Now I understand by your grace that I have meditated upon you, and I have at last come to possess some understanding. O Lord, how big you are, how what you are. This is the common deficiency of all embodied beings. It is the deficiency of all us human beings that have no knowledge of you, O Lord Narayana. Huh? Is praying to Lord Narayana, Vishnu. Brahma is praying. That's why people cannot find any clue of you, how great you are. But you are the source of everything. You are the cause of everything. But people don't understand. I cannot understand. So also the people of the universe. Nothing exists besides you or thee. O all-pervading being, the many that seem to exist are not really separate from thee. As you see, many is nothing but you, your body parts. It's a qualified non-dualistic idea. The many that seem to exist, many we see that seem to exist, Brahma says, are not really separate from you as independent existence. These many, they are only the products of your power called Maya. So your Maya Shakti, your Maya power of veiling power and projecting power, that is Maya, created all this. And whose gunas are manifested as the world of multiplicity. Multiplicity has come because of gunas, three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, that has come. That is your power. It has come from you. You are the creator, and it has come from you. Verse number 2. This form of yours, an expression of consciousness, bliss, devoid of every trace of darkness and ignorance. So, this expression of consciousness, that means it is you who are manifested in this world. Highest Vedanta, no, when they talk about, is a bhakti book. But bhakti has, that's the real bhakti. Bhakti mixed with jnana. Jnana Mishra Bhakti, Thakur said, Ramakrishna said. Only bhakti without knowing the glory of the Lord, if one loves, it is a love which binds us. But knowing the glory of the Lord and then loving, that is genuine love that leads to infinite knowledge. So here he says, and this not knowing the glory of you, an expression of consciousness, bliss, devoid of every trace of darkness, of ignorance, has been assumed by you for the blessing of your devotees. So all this universe has come. You are beyond all darkness, but you have assumed this form. Why? For the blessing of your devotees. To bless your devotees, you are playing as if you have become everything. This, thy original descent, avatar, is the source of several others, of which I sprang from thy navel lotus. So you have infinite have taken the form of avatar. Your original descent, you avatar, is the source, and that source has given birth to several others. And I, Brahma, sprung from your navel lotus. I am only one. So you are the source of everything, out of which the whole creation has come. All this created universe is you, and out of that I am also one product which has come out of your navel zone. Verse number 3. O Supreme Being, I find nothing higher than this form of yours, which is constituted of pure bliss, which is changeless, and which is of the unobstructed brilliance. So I find nothing higher than this form of yours. Your form, the divine form I saw, which is constituted, it is constituted of not any material object, but Satchidananda, bliss. And that bliss which is changeless bliss, and which is of unobstructed brilliance, that means self-luminous. Self-luminous, full of joy, full of bliss. That is the thing. I see nothing but you. I nothing but this conscious entity around. You are the one existence and creator of all. Its instrumental cause and its material cause, constituted of elements, senses, and other cosmic categories. The whole universe has been who created? There's a Vedantic, very good Vedantic understanding is necessary to understand this line. God, Brahma is saying, you are the instrumental cause and you are the material cause. Two causes, material cause and instrumental cause. What is material cause? Suppose this table has been created. How it is created? What is the material? What are the material needed? wood, the wood, polish, nails, some instrument to polish it, to dress it, all the, what is called, the saw, all these instruments are necessary. So these are the instrumental cause. But no, material cause, matter, with which it is wood. Instrumental cause, the man, one carpenter is necessary. And carpenter, which is tools. These are the instrumental cause. For anything created, the house is built. How? Material needed, material, some bricks, and now these are all wood. So fire, the wood, plywood and this wood and whatever wood for beams and this, all material matter. But there needs some engineer or architect who have planned this and did that. That person is called instrumental cause. One is called the material cause, another is called the instrumental cause. So, instrumental cause separate from the matter. No, the carpenter is not the wood. Wood is separate from carpenter. Wood is matter, and carpenter is something living. So there should be matter, and there should be one conscious entity to act upon. That's why the world, we see the building coming out, rivers, construction of bridge, and whatever road. Everything is only two things: material, some material cause, and it is called efficient cause. But in this creation of this world, there is not two. Material cause you, and instrumental cause is you. No other assistance is necessary for you to create this universe. Out of your own will, you have created this universe, which is material thing is also you, and your instrumental cause, that is also you. That means you are nothing. What I see, it is nothing but you only. And then, and yet you are the pure spirit. And this creating this, though you have created, but you are not exhausted. After creating everything, you are much standing in your own dignity without attachment. So, and yet you are the pure spirit in whom the world manifestation makes no change. The world is going on, and this manifestation is continuously going on because you are holding them at the background. So you are the substratum, you are the material cause, you are the efficient cause, you are beyond, but you are everything. O Lord, O the Lord, world's well wisher, the form you reveal to me, to us, your votaries in meditation, is verily this form, here lying in the cosmic waters, and not an imaginary creation of the meditating mind. Only men corrupted by evil contacts of heading towards hell will reject it. My salutations to you again and again. So people do meditate, they may think that it is it is hallucination or imagination. No, it is so real. I see you as we see in the dream, I see you that you are holding the lotus and from which I am coming out. 5 verse number 5, page 180. The winds of holy scriptures convey the sweet fragrance of the lotus of thy holy feet to the ears of thy votaries, and to them to their hearts. So what he said, what are the scriptures? We are reading the scripture. What is the scripture? Scriptures are like the wind, no? Which convey what the wind does. A sweet fragrance is there. Wind comes and carries the sweet fragrance to others. So what he says, the wind of holy scriptures convey the sweet fragrance of the lotus of your feet. Scriptures are like that. It is carrying in our ear the message of the Lord who is ever pure, ever conscious, ever existing. So being held by them in the lotus of their hearts by the power of supreme devotion, you do never leave them, your devoted servants. So, if it comes like that, and a devotee who is pure in heart, he catches him and he holds it in your heart, and they never leave you. That means the scriptures is poetic description, meaning those sincere devotees who love you, who meditate upon you, they, when they listen your glories through their ears, they contemplate on you and keep him or keep you in their hearts. So thou and you never leave them, your devoted servants. 6. So long as man does not seek absolute shelter at your feet, he will be dominated by the vile sense of I and mine. So, so long anyone, any devotee, have to take total surrender. I am nothing, O Lord, you are everything. So, if total surrender, Ramakrishna said, Saranagati, total surrender, unless he total surrender, he will be dominated by what? As we are all dominated by anger, frustration, ego, and all these viles, negativity. So dominated by the vile sense of I and mine, I and mine. All these things will come so long one does not take total shelter, surrender. You have to be tired in the world. You should be frustrated in the world. People are searching for joy, as we just heard. The searching for joy outside, outside, outside. Try. You should be tired one time. I tried enough, enough, enough. I didn't get anything. And then take refuge in God. Hold on to God. Then will come peace. That's why he says, so long as a man does not seek total absolute shelter at your holy feet, he will be dominated. He will be dominated by his own ego. Yeah. And me and mine, me and the whole world is me and mine. That's why Shankaracharya says, na, ahamidam, mamaidam, iti naishargiko ayam loko vyavahara. The human transactional universe, we find, what is this? I and mine. I am this, my car. It's me, my home. It's me, my bank balance. Me, my friend. Me, my enemy. So I like it. I and me. So the whole world can be just summed up in two words, me and mine. I and mine. Here, the Vyasa is saying in the mouth of the Brahma. Brahma says that so long as a man does not seek total surrender at your feet, he will be dominated by the vile sense, evil. Vile means evil. Sense of I and mine. And I and mine is the root cause of all suffering. Ramakrishna said, Ami mole guchibe janjal. All the rubbish, all the troubles of life will go away when I dies. This petty I, small I. Not that who am I, the big I, but this I, when it will die. When one can say, I am not the body, then he is released. When say, I have pain, I have hunger, I have thirst, I am passionate, I am weak, I am strong. All these things are coming because of I. And I and my family, my member, my friend, my enemy, the whole world ends there. Me and mine is the cause of. So that will be annihilated then. Otherwise, we will be subjugated by this I and mine. And as a consequence, this person will be subject to grief, desire, humiliation, and intense greed, as also to the sorrows on account of wealth, properties, and friends. So long I, me, mine, mine, huh? This suffering, this humiliation, this grief, desires, intense greed, sorrows, all will be coming in life. Those who feel a constitutional repugnance to devotional associations centering on you have indeed their intelligence stricken by their evil destiny. That means those who have no constitutional repugnance, very beautiful language. You talk about God, they will be repugnant. They will run away from that. You talk about God, they will run away. By constitution, you catch him there, he will run from there also. But you give them some worldly chutney, chutney. What is called chutney? Gossip, worldly gossip. Give him some worldly gossip, he will be very interested. And do you know, I also know this, I also know that. And you talk about God, there is no more. All stop. Rather run away. So he says, those who feel constitutional repugnance, 7 verse, to devotional association centering to you. That means when you talk about the love of God and have indeed their intelligence, their intelligence is kubuddhi. Their intelligence has been stricken by their evil destiny because they are still to go through many suffering, full of life of coming and going and going and coming, because they are called the fish basket story. They like the fish basket. If you put them into the flower garden, they will be restless, could not sleep. Bring the fish basket, sprinkle little water, so the fish smell becomes intense. Then, what a grand place. This is the condition of the world and worldly people. And they only will have to suffer more and more because this world cannot give. How much you like, how much you feel that will be. But people fail ultimately to see that is no, I'm wrong. So they are kubuddhi. They are run by their bad buddhi. Afflicted by greed and seeking satisfaction of their trivial lustful urges. These miserable men engage themselves again and again in sinful action. Verse number 7. Doivena te hatodhyo bhavato prasangat sarva shuvo upasamanat vimukhendriyaye. Very beautiful. If you go to the Sanskrit, then you can get little depth of it. Vimukho indriyaje, whose organs, sense organs, are vimukh, off from God's glory, God's beauty. No, it does not turn that way. It turns vimukh, opposite. Vimukha indriyaje, from which doivena hatodhya, their fate, their luck, their intelligence, how? Is a lost intelligence. Hatodhya bhavato, who prasangat sarva shubho upo samanat. That prasanga, that discussion about God and His glories, they turn their face opposite. Kurbanti, what they do? Kamo sukho leshalavaya dina. They are buffeted by kamo, desire, kamo sukha, the happiness that will give this desire. And dina, they have become very poor by that. Lobho, obhibhuta, they are overwhelmed with lobha, greed, lobha vibhuta. Manaso, their mind is colored by that. Kushalani shashwata. So anyhow, so they suffer more, whose mind does not feel inclined. Rather, they run away from any divine thought. They suffer from all these miserable things. I shudder to visualize the miseries of the being that are going to be created. Miseries arising from the affliction, the hunger, thirst, disease, heat, cold, storms, floods, mutual strife, fiery lust, and insatiable anger. Brahma said, I shudder in fear to visualize what is going on in this creation. In creation means all are running for this, going to me and mine, and that will miseries will be arising in their mind. And the afflictions, what the afflictions? Hunger. You see, whole creation, look at that. A plant is hungry for water, for some fertilizer, no? Even all the animals, underground or in aquatic animals or human beings, hunger, hunger, hunger. The whole world is running for hunger. Earning money is for what? Eating first. Then question of shelter and other things. So hunger, miseries, uh, disease, no question. In the animal kingdom too, and even the trees you find, no, some trees are totally some insects have destroyed the entire tree. So any life in this earth is filled with these types of negativities. So thirst, hunger, disease, heat and cold, opposite, storms and floods that eh, tsunami coming, this coming, that coming, and now and then. Natural mutual strife, friend against friend, husband against wife, what not? It go the whole world. It miss, even the sadhus fight. Hmm? The holy people, they also fight. Because it's the ignorance. That is the play of the Lord. It's not a good place. And Brahma said that I shudder seeing this, what is going to happen. No? This creation is now coming up. Purely lust uh, and insatiable anger, lust, greed. 9 verse. So long as man is entrenched in separateness means considering himself as distinct and self centered being. I am separate from the whole world. So I want to survive, I want to eat, I want to enjoy, I want to dominate. No? So long this is there, this samsara, which is the expression of the power of Lord's Maya as senses and their objects, will not cease to afflict him. Karmas and their effects continue as a meaningless and endless succession of cause and effect, producing a series of experience involving suffering and enjoyment. So it will be under the Lord's Maya because of this. And what will happen? That will not cease to afflict karmas and their effects. You do one karma, it will bring another effect. And that continue as a meaningless and endless succession. You go on doing one karma, one result. Then you say, oh, this is not good, I will do the other karma. Then get all selfish karma, me and mine, to gratifying your own ego and me and mine, that type of karmas. And the effect is the meaningless and endless succession of cause and effects. Again you are born, again you desire something to get, again fulfill, or you don't fulfill, again you have to be born again. So producing a series of experiences involving suffering and enjoyment. It is not bad all the time. You also get something sweet, some heavenly joy in between. Our life, look at that. No one can say our life is all suffering. Huh? There is suffering in between, little juice, sweetness. People think, ah, and forget everything. Again, suffering comes. Then say, oh, why to me? Oh, then karma. Karma bringing good, karma bringing bad. This is the cycle of birth and death. Continues.
Good question.
So 10 verse I read. O Lord, even rishis means the seer of truth, learned in philosophies and sciences, are bound to this go round and round the cycle of births and deaths. If they are indisposed to contemplate on your deeds and glories, unless even the rishis, Don't contemplate on the glory of the avatar. And he will be coming in the cycle of birth and death again and again. If they are indisposed to contemplate on your deeds and glories, if they forget, if they don't dwell on the glory of the Lord, that's why we call Lila Dharam. You read Ramakrishna's glory, no? And his Lila, daily sports, think that he's going to Samadhi, this, that, all this. That will purify the mind. Unless we are attached to this, we'll have to go to the round and birth and death. For toiling all through the day, they tire themselves out. As it look at that, people get up in the morning, there's no time, rush, rush, rush. Even no time for breakfast. They take the breakfast I have seen in the car and take a cup of coffee only. No time to do even other breakfast. And then driving, office. And office. After the whole day coming back, tired and dead tired, who will cook? Go to some restaurant and get something, eat something, and watch some movie, TV, and then sleep. Bas. You look at the life, 365 days, how it is going on. We also don't look at ourselves. Sometimes what we are doing, if it is not love for God, then it is only bondage, the same thing. So, whole day going on in West, and one karma doing one karma, bringing another result, another karma, another result. So, the cycle is going on. So, for toiling all through the day, they tire themselves out. At night, the agitation of the mind caused by innumerable desires disturbs their sleep. How many people had a good sleep? Why they don't sleep? Because daytime, what work has been done? Some anxieties. Oh, I have to do it tomorrow. I have no time. And all the pros and cons. Sleep gone. 99% people don't sleep. If the sleep was there, people would have been, health condition would have been much improved. Because the thought takes the mind. Though you are in the bed, but you are not sleeping. And the failure of their worldly plans and ambitions due to the stroke of destiny engulfs them in disappointment. And they become disappointed, and it engulfs them, the destiny, because planning. I planned this, and it didn't succeed. I did that, it didn't happen. So as a result, they live in that utter distress. So this is the verse number 10, book number 3, chapter 9, 10. So we have finished reading, and then we'll read next time from 11 verse. Oh Baba, again question. Or Nishan. Who composed the Rama Krishna Gayatri Mantra? And how come it sounds so much like a Vishnu Gayatri? How come Master could not go to Gaya but could go to other places like Benares? I do not know who composed the Ramakrishna Gayatri, I do not know, but probably our Ramakrishna Nanda Swami is most possible because he used to, and these mantras are available, same mantra with putting the name different. So most probably Swami Ramakrishna Nanda. And Master could not go to Gayadham because his father, Ramakrishna's father, he saw after performing the rituals of forefathers' obsequies, and then he saw that in the night, in the father's vision came, Lord Narayana, whom we are talking about, came with 4 arms, with the glow in their beauty, with the discus in one hand and the mace in the another, and Barad, and then he appeared and said, Oh Kshudiram, the father's name is Kshudiram, I shall be born in your home, I'll be your son. So he talked with God, and that is of Ramakrishna. So he said, why he didn't go? Because if he goes to Gayadham, he is Lord Vishnu himself. So he will remember his own self, and immediately mind will merge into samadhi in such a way that he will not be do anything. So that's why he didn't come. Understand this point? When we go in any place, our mind gets agitated with the feeling of that place. No, you go to Niagara, your mind will be agitated in the form of how the water falls from a high distance and how it looks, what type of frost is created there. That's one type of sensation. If you go to a bhajan singing group, your mind will be agitated. Similarly, Ramakrishna's mind is so pure, when he goes there, instantly his mind will run towards his own origin. Origin is Narayana himself. Narayana himself has taken Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna no other than Lord Narayana we are reading here. So Ramakrishna will remember of his own origin. He will not have any test to live here. So he will merge in Samadhi. That's why he didn't go there. Second point. Is this verse speaking against talking Drishti approach because they only accept the formless without form? Is it possible to study Drishti Ajato Ekojat while accepting God with form? Yeah, it is for study. Who are fit candidate for Ajatavad, Ekojivavad, Drishti Srishtivad? These are different philosophical stands. Better while uh, we as a student of Ramakrishna Vedanta, we take all the as an ideal condition. The world is not created. It's a very high stand. But we live in the duality, therefore we worship God in the form. God is in the form, and God can be worshipped in the form, but God is infinite. God is without form. And there is no I, no you, then that is the state. Creation is not there. Why must God incarnate as an avatar to destroy the demons? Why God incarnates as an avatar? Avatar comes, God is God. He need not have to come down as a human personality. Christ, Buddhas, Ramas, Krishnas, Ramakrishnas, they are avatars. But why they come? One reason is that they come down into the world and acts in such a way so that people after their death also thinking of their deeds and their actions, activities, what they live in that joy. People can follow them, meditate upon them, and get free from the worldly bondage. Because we day and night think of the world, when we think of the cry of Christ or Buddhas or Ramas or Krishnas, our mind becomes very uplifted, and we think of their glory, uh, all the life's deeds and message and things that will help us remove our ignorance. So God can destroy the demons by will. Why he has to come down if he is God so powerful? But he comes down to set an example so that thousands of years people can follow the path and reach freedom, ultimate freedom. So here also, to reach freedom, 2000 years passed, Christ came. Thinking of Christ, thinking of his message, how many people have become freed from bondage? How many saints were produced? Even now, today, how many people are enjoying the bliss of God thinking of Christ? Similarly, thinking of Krishna. You go to whole of India, then people are mad in the name of Krishna and they're enjoying the bliss of God. So this is the way of redeeming. Why Avatar comes and takes all this trouble. Though they could do the destruction by mere wish, but they come down for our benefit so that we find some ways out of the samsara, problem of samsara. Okay, so thank you all. We'll meet you at 7:30, and at 7:30 will be the Song of Peace. It is called the Shanti Gita, 7th chapter, the last chapter we are reading. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. কেউ আছে এখানে? ও সরি এডিট হয়ে গেছে, ক্যান্সেল। কেউ এসছে এখানে? একজন ছিল।
হ্যাঁ, দুজন। একবার প্রথমটা